Good evening and welcome back to Prime of Midlife. It's Monday evening. I hope you've all had a good bank holiday, those who have been out and about enjoying it. I was working, but it was a much quieter day, so all is well. This evening, I am talking about changing your eating habits because of your preps. I have noticed I have done that big style. Um, there are very few pre-prepared things in this house. Yes, as you know, I have some chicken steaks, a couple of chicken Kievs. Everything else has been something cooked from raw meat or raw veggies or noodles or something. And I've noticed what I'm doing now is I will batch cook, like whether it's mince or stew or whatever. But like the last time I went to Lidl's, I got a roast chicken reduced. It was 60% off, so why not? We stripped it down, stuck it in some Tupperware, stuck it in the freezer. And last night, couldn't decide what I wanted. So I was like, don't. And I kept thinking of the chicken with like sauce and stuff, and I was like, no, can't be bothered. And then I remembered I had a tub of boiled rice in the freezer. Now, the last time I used the tub of boiled rice, it was dreadful. It was just plain boiled white rice, and it tasted, I'd only just boiled it in water, it tasted dreadful. I had it with something in a sauce, and I was like, I'm never doing that again. But last night I was like, oh, I have bits. And by bits, I mean, remember I chopped up the peppers that I had, stuck them in the freezer. Chopped up the mushrooms I had, sliced them up, blanched them, stuck them in the freezer. Note to self, never put mushrooms that you've blanched in the freezer again in a plastic container. Because when you take it out and stoke the container off your worktop, the container breaks, the mushrooms do not. Mushrooms in future go in a bread bag so I can swing it, hit it, and nothing happens. Nothing more gets damaged. So I have lost a Tupperware. Not impressed. Well, takeaway container. So yeah, last night I got some peppers, I got some mushrooms, I got some of the chicken that we'd stripped down. I used the frozen mince and stuck in some soya sauce with chopped up a fresh onion, and I was done. Now, obviously, I still have a whole lot of peppers left. I've still got a whole lot of mushrooms left. But the way I think about it is starting to change, because normally what I'd be like, oh, I need to put all three slow cookers on to make bolognese so I can use the peppers. No, I don't. I can take bits. I can take bits of peppers. Mushrooms, I can take bits. I can use it for all sorts of different things. You know, the rice, the chicken, anything like that, I can take bits. And because I've started doing that, I've started eating differently, because it's things that I wouldn't normally do. You know, my chicken fried rice, which is what I called what I had last night. Normally, I would have been at the supermarket and I would have got, you know, fresh chicken breasts, onions, mushrooms, peppers, chopped them all up, done the thing. I didn't have to do that. You know, it took me less than 5 minutes to put that dinner together last night, and there was enough for lunch today. And whereas I was initially thinking, I need to stop doing boiled rice and putting it in Tupperware because I hate it and I never use it, because it's dreadful if you have something with a sauce, just having this bland rice. So point number one, we are now going to boil rice up in stock, probably vegetable stock cubes because I have a few of them. So we're going to boil rice up in them to give it a bit of flavour. We are also going to do a load of rice because it was so easy, because I had bits, because I wasn't trying to think of my prepping or of my batch cooking as it has to be a meal I've made that I just reheat. It doesn't. And that was a wee epiphany to me. I was like, oh, that's a whole lot of meals I've got just with a bit of this, a bit of that. Because with those same peppers, chicken, mushrooms, and onion, whether it's fresh or the frozen stuff, I've got noodles that I could have with it. I could start it up with pasta with a creamy sauce. There are endless possibilities. I do not have to actually have batch cooked something. I can use the bits and batch cook it in like 5 minutes. So yeah, that is my little thing of today. Also, I have an Asda order booked for Wednesday after work. It has things like toilet roll, you'll be glad to hear, Alan. UHT milk. I don't even remember what I got, but I got enough. I spent a whole lot of money. But the delivery at that time was only £1.50, so that was well worth it. So that's coming on Wednesday. But what I am going to do is I'm going to add to it, because I completely forgot. I made flatbread last week, like all by myself. And I put garlic buttery stuff on it and did it, and it was absolutely fabulous. So it was the garlic bread with not the garlic bread, the flatbread with the self-raising flour and the natural yogurt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add natural yogurt onto Wednesday's order. Now, I won't be doing it on Wednesday night because the shopping can come anywhere between 6 and 8, and I'm not waiting until 8 o'clock to eat. But I will get some more natural yogurt, and I can show you how I did my flatbreads, because I'm really, really excited about them. So just like, oh my goodness, I can cook stuff. And for me, that of having the bread that I didn't have to prove and do all the stuff that takes like 3 hours, it just was amazing. So I will show you how I do that this week once I get the natural yogurt on Wednesday night. So now I'm going to make myself a cup of tea, have some dinner, and I will catch you later.